Hey Clashers, the MASHUP Mania event has started and you can overall unlock 5 event troops. But the question now is, well, which event troop should you use and what are the best strategies for every single event troop? Well, I think that's exactly what we're going to take a look at today. Now we'll share you the best strategy for every single event troop and what clan castle to use, what equipment to use, and everything about those strategies, as well as how to use those strategies in your attacks. So I think let's get started with the most likely most popular event troop, which is going to be the Lava Loon troop. And this strategy is already using 3 event troops, but we are going to concentrate on the Lava Loon troop itself. For this strategy, equipment wise, you can go with whatever, to be honest, but the easiest is just with damage equipment, because you are going for air defenses. With your king, queen, and royal champ, you want to take down 2 air defenses, and that should be possible with any equipment, but damage equipment is just a little bit easier because you can reach further into the base. The warden, the healing tome is the best choice because we have quite a few rages, so the rage gem is not as efficient here. The life gem might be even better instead of using the rage gem, but healing tome, I think, is the best fit. For this one, we're concentrating on the air defenses. As I just said, we're going to take down 2 of them with our heroes. If you have the giant arrow, you can even take down sweepers far inside the base. For this one, you need your giant arrow on level 9. I think everyone should have that, right? Like, that's not as expensive. With that, you can take down sweepers in the core of the base to make things even easier. Is it needed? Not really, but it makes things a little bit easier. For our next one, the king is going to get another air defense, and with that, the goal of our heroes is already achieved. The royal champion, this means, is not needed, and I don't mean not needed at all. Next one, we're going to use 3 lightnings to take down the second to last air defense, and now we have only 1 air defense left standing. Your entry point now is going to be from the far opposite side of this air defense and then fly across the base with your troops. First, deploy a couple of test loons, then those ice minions, which are great distraction and as well nice damage, and then the lava loon with the warden behind. Next step is to just deploy a rage street pretty much, which means a lot of rages next to each other, and then as you have reached the core, this is where you're going to take down the last air defense. But why does it work so well? The reason is Lava Loon troops always attack in a certain pattern or like in a certain timing and time frame, which means if they're flying across the base, targeting the air defense on the other side, they're still attacking on their way. And if you rage them up, they can even one-shot buildings like the town hall. And this allows them being just so oppressive and that you don't even have to use all of your heroes. And this is what I meant with, hey, you don't need the best equipment, you don't even need them leveled up. You don't probably even need heroes if you're just taking down other air defenses with like other troops like rocket loons and such things. But the key thing here is you want to get towards the core, then lightning the last air defense, and then everything is going to spread, and with that the base is just gone. And this is really how you use the Lava Loon troop. And the ice minions and the barge are just great additions. They're just supportive troops, and this is where they're going to shine. Equipment wise, otherwise that's pretty much it. And the cool thing about this is as well the best troop for the Barcher and the Ice Minion. As I just said, they are supportive tools. They are not the main characters in the attacks. They're just supporting the really carry-heavy troops, like the Lava Loon troop, for example. And this is why you can use them really nicely in this example of an attack. You can, to be honest, add them anywhere. You can add the Ice Minions with regular dragon attacks. You can use the Barcher in a regular attack anywhere just as a final option. They're always good to go, but with this specific army, it's just unstoppable. Let's move forward though to the next event troop, which is going to be the Hog Rider and the Wizard combination. On this one, the Hog Wizard is pretty much used as the Super Hog Rider in the Hero Dive Super Hog Rider strategy. For this one, we're using Gauntlet with the Rage Vial. On the Queen Healer Puppet and the Mirror, you can use the Frozen Arrow as well, like you're quite free in your approaches there. Warden, Life Gem, Eternal Tome, that's pretty much set, that's the best combination. You can use the Healing Tome, but Life Gem is going to give you better results. And then for the Royal Champion, Haste, Vial and the Hog Rider Puppet are quite nice for her in those ground attacks. What are you going for with this one? As I said, you're going to do a hero dive in the beginning. For that, your main target is the air defense. And no, I don't mean the building, I mean the defensive clan castle troops. Another target is going to be splash damage. Eagle Artillery is really high up there. Town Hall or things like bomb towers are things you want to take down. Even though the bomb towers are less efficient versus the Hog Wizards because they are ranged. But overall splash damage, that's pretty much your main target. Eagle and Clan Castle being the first 2 highest priorities though. Now you're going to deploy the Yetis, each on one flank, and then the heroes, King and Queen, right in the middle, with the Lock Launcher, with the Ice Golem, and the Titan to make sure if there's Clan Castle troops like mass archers or anything more annoying, the Titan is going to deal the job and going to make sure that problems are not really there. The Earthquake is going to be used to first deal damage to the wall to make sure the Lock Launcher can open them up quickly, and as well deal damage to a lot of those high hit point defenses. Win-win situation for you. The next thing is, the most tricky thing with this strategy is to get your heroes really walking inside. This is where you can get those crazy high value hero dives. But I want to show you as well that you don't always rely on that. Especially with the Hog Wizards, you just have to send your heroes somewhere and get something and you will be fine. So this is why I'm using this example attack, because not everything is going to plan. The Queen was supposed to get the Town Hall, but she is apparently not. The next step now is the Hog Wizards with the Warden, with the Royal Champion, and it's really important that you're trying to like sprinkle them in from the outside. Don't use everything in one spot. This is where then the splash is otherwise just going to wreck you. You have one heal, use it wisely, and you will be able to smash bases left and right. Another really cool feature of the Hog Wizard is that it has like a poison effect around it, which means if there are skeleton traps, well, those skeletons are just going to get wrecked and you will have no problem against them. The Hog Wizards are just going to go through everything, and here's now my hot take. I think the Hog Wizards are the strongest, but as well one of the hardest event troops to use. The Hog Wizards have literally 0 counterplay because they are ranged, so a lot of things don't really work against them, and overall it's just pretty much insane how strong they are. The Lava Loon will seem more oppressive though, because they're just so easy to use on the other side, and as well really strong. But I think strength-wise, the Hog Wizards are at least on the same level, but I think as well, if you're really putting in the time and learning them, even though they're only a limited troop, it is worth it for sure. They are just insane. The last event troop is going to be the Witch Golem, and this one is pretty much just straightforward, just spam them in, and you will be fine. On the other side though, in my opinion, it is one of the weaker event troops, but still, they're going to do a lot of work, and it's going to be quite easy to see a 3-star. Equipment-wise, the most important thing on the King is the Earthquake Boot. You can combine it with the Gauntlet or with the Spiky Ball. Queen, again, Healer Puppet is just amazing. Combine it with whatever you want. Unlike the Mirror, you can go with Frozen Arrow or any other equipment you want. Warden, Rage Gem is quite nice, and the Eternal Tome is going to help you to keep your troops alive even more. I think you could even go without the Eternal Tome and go with the Rage Gem and the Healing Tome, for example. That works as well, but overall, you will have great success with this strategy. Now, the concept here is to have overall 3 entry points. 1 on each flank, and then 1 in the middle. You're kind of playing this strategy as this would be like a mass Hog Rider attack. 2 golems on each flank, 3 golems in the middle, King and Warden in the middle, then the Siege Barrack behind one flank, the Queen on the other flank, and you're just going to push through with the Earthquake spell and Jump spell opening up the entire base. And hey, you even have the Earthquake boots, so you'll be completely fine. Remember, for this one, the Earthquake boots are already enough on level 1, because this is where they're already going to one-shot out of those walls around the King. So level 1 is totally fine for this one. It's just a couple of stats which your King is missing, but the ability works on level 1 already totally fine as well. At this point, just push through. I mean, you have so many hit points, you're pretty much just overpowering the base with the base stats of this troop. The Golem, so many hit points, the skeletons getting spawned, the big boys getting spawned. It is just going to be crazy how overpowering this is going to feel. Well, with opening the entire base with the Earthquake boots and jumps, you don't even have to worry about walls anymore. And with that, you should get a really easy 3-star to really claim another good strategy. I'm really looking forward to see what your best strategies so far are. For me, those strategies were the #1 strategies for every single event troop, even though we have covered with one strategy already 3 of the event troops in the beginning. My personal favorite, I think, has to be the Hog Wizard. I think that strategy is just crazy, but I think the one which is going to be used by the most and which I can recommend to the most people out there because it's just way easier to play is Lavaloon. And the good news as well is that you can play that on any town level because it's just so simple and easy to execute. Looking forward to see what your top strategies are and if you would disagree or agree with some of my strategies. And I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.